Welcome back to Quick Chat with Jay. I hope you're doing well today. My name is in today's title, but I promise it ain't me. I don't think I could or would ever do what this other Jay did to someone. Shannon and Jay, or JayDay, that's another name he goes by, have been in a pretty steady relationship for 6 months. Everything had been going pretty well, but things changed when JayDay decided it was a great idea to block Shannon from his phone and remove every photo they had of each other from his Instagram.
I understand you've been ghosted, so tell us your story.
Yeah, sure. I'm a single mom, and I decided to take a chance on this guy named JayDay, who is also a single father. We met back in November 2018. I am actually a club promoter, so I'm always out on the scene, and he does comedy. It's one of our date nights, which we did all the time. He was supposed to come pick me up. I was dressed and ready to go, and I'm texting, calling. I didn't get any response. He didn't call me back. Woke up the next morning, social media looks different. All of our pictures are gone. It was really heartbreaking to know I actually tried with him. I tried to put myself out there, and then to just be left, it made me wonder what type of person he was.
When you notice that the photos are gone, do you reach out and say, hey, what's this all about?
I did try to text him again, and I was blocked.
Are you blocked on social media too?
Not even. And that's kind of the hard part, because I'm thinking okay, well, maybe he wants me to see, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not over. I'm not blocked on social media. I can still see his feeds and stuff. So we're honestly still friends to this day.
You guys still follow each other now?
Yeah.
That is so weird.
It's weird. And sometimes I see him watch my story, and I'm just does he miss me too? But I'm should I write again, or am I still blocked? It's just so many uncertainties.
We get his reasoning for why he was still liking her posts and viewing her stories on Instagram later, so I'll save my thoughts until then. But this ghosting has really messed with Shannon's confidence in having relationships, since she's had instances where people have broken her trust. After getting Shannon and JayDay's backstory, Rachel and Travis virtually hit the ground running, theorizing what could have been the problem.
Well.
There are a lot of red flags in what I'm hearing right now.
But, we also have to remember that there's two sides to every story.
I'm on her side.
Right now, we only have her side.
I think there's a lifestyle issue.
We start out with the man himself.
90s baby.
JayDay. So that's September 2018. He doesn't post that much. He really only posts about his son, and then he only posts his comedy.
Clearly that's what's important to him. That makes sense though, because remember Shannon said that he deleted all the pictures of the two of them together.
Rach, you know that if a child is involved, you can't rule out the baby mama. Looking at his social media, he's a proud dad, and so a theory could be that his baby mama is somehow involved. There's always something there. There's always something at play.
I don't know how to feel about him saying that. I don't know. Why do you say that, Travis? Is it because he's black?
Huh? Is it because I'm black? Is it because I'm black? Because I'm black?
Before anyone says anything, I am joking. I don't think Travis is like that. But y'all couldn't have said the mother of his child, his son's mom could be the issue. No, we saying baby mama. They also messaged JayDay letting him know that they're trying to get in contact with him. And as they continue to search, they return to Shannon's Instagram. While they're looking through Shannon's Instagram, they come up with their second theory that Shannon and JayDay just probably weren't as compatible as they thought they were.
If he looks at her Instagram, which we know he does, there are a lot of comments on here that are I just saw somebody put a ring there, telling her how good she looks.
Who needs dreams when you already exist?
So it's how does that make him feel? That's a lot to be in a relationship with someone.
And you go on the gram and you see that. Difference in lifestyle, right? It could just be a thing where he's yo, I don't want to be at the club every night. I don't drink. And we're just on different pages.
I can understand that theory, since Shannon does have to be active on social media because it helps her with her job. And maybe that was just something that JayDay couldn't really get that used to, especially the people thirsting in her comments. But it's not as if she hid that aspect of her life from him. I mean, he was still liking her Instagram posts after ghosting her.
All right, now we're getting closer to the date of the ghosting. It's October 5th after he ghosts her and he likes the photo.
He's watching everything that she's doing and vice versa. I think that's worse. Don't you think that? Like, I'd rather you just cut me off and then I can move on. I don't have to see you. You can't see me. That's strange. You go through the trouble of blocking me on the phone. Why would you do that?
I have no idea.
I hard agree with Rachel. You do not deserve any kind of access to me after you decided to disrespect me like that. If someone were to do that to me, I'm the kind of person that I will block you and I will remove you from everything. You don't deserve to check in on me, especially when you decided that you wanted to ghost me or after you did something wrong to me. Moving on from Instagram, they look at Shannon's Facebook and they see a post there that could have made JayDay feel uncomfortable and had given him a reason to have an issue with Shannon.
You post a lot.
Like, you're still in April.
May 13th. While they were still dating, I've been apart from my daughter's dad for years and my child has still not met one man that I've dated. Mostly because no matter how much I lie to myself about how great I think a guy is, 9 out of 10, I see the signs of these lames not being men or potential role models, and I refuse to waste my child's time.
Pause.
Wow, why would
You're dating this woman and you get on her social media and you see.
Oh, I'd be out.
Hey, look at this.
Sorry guys, I just woke up.
This is the girl we're helping out right now. And this is a caption. What would you do if we were dating and you see me write this caption?
Yeah, I would think she was talking about me.
I'm calling you a lame. What would you do?
I'd ghost you.
Okay, Travis, I think our work is done here. She's talking about JayDay. That's a direct shot to him.
Rachel and Travis noticed that Shannon's friend O'Royal had commented under the post saying facts, so they sent him a message, and he did respond saying that he'd agree to chat with them for a moment. O'Royal and Shannon had been good friends for a while, so he knows a good bit of information about her, but he pulls like a surprised Pikachu face when they share Shannon's feelings she had for JayDay.
What did she tell you about JayDay?
She told me that they were, like pursuing each other, that they went on a couple of dates, and that was really about it. And then we just stopped talking about it. Like, I never heard anything else about him after that.
Really? We talked to Shannon. She said that she could have seen herself spending the rest of her life with him, basically falling for him. She said if it had gone on maybe a couple of weeks beyond what it did when it ended, that she would have been in love with him. They were talking about, she was talking about meeting his son.
Wow. Shannon, she's very private and she's very secretive, and she does have a secret that I don't think she's told him yet.
No, you can't just say she has a secret that she hasn't told him yet without expecting us to ask you what you're talking about.
Yeah, no.
Since O'Royal won't share Shannon's secret, he's a good friend for doing that, by the way. They hop on a chat with Shannon, so she's able to say what her secret is and why she has been hiding it from JayDay.
When we talked to O'Royal, he said something to Rachel and I that really stuck with us. He said Shannon has a big secret.
The way I met O'Royal was obviously like...
You guys met at a gay club?
Yeah. I would consider myself to be pansexual. Like, I don't care what's on the outside. It's more about what's on the inside. If I'm attracted to somebody, I'm attracted to them.
Did you and Jay ever talk about that?
No, I was not forthcoming about that.
Is there a reason you think that maybe you withheld that? Because that's, that's who you are.
He never said anything that made me feel like I couldn't open up with him. At the end of the day, I am who I am. If I were to tell him and he had something negative to say about that, it would have definitely been a no-go.
I remember seeing something that said that you don't just come out once, you're constantly coming out to people. It was something along those lines, I'm paraphrasing, but I am reminded of this because it is so true. Some people opt not to, but there are some queer people that do have to decide if they want to come out to the person they're dating, especially if they're straight, just so that it's not something that causes an issue in the relationship and they're just being upfront. Still, I can understand why some people just don't want to say anything about their sexuality. That could be their form of protecting themselves from potential backlash and, avoiding having to explain why their existence is valid. As Shannon said, JayDay never gave her a reason to think she couldn't share anything with him, but you never know how someone is going to react until you tell them something. Honestly, I don't think he would have had an issue with it, and I'm sorry for stereotyping, but there are a lot of straight men who get excited when they learn that a woman is also sexually attracted to another woman. A lot of our minds go to like, oh cool, a threesome. But I mean, don't let her say that she wants another man in the mix though. Maybe Shannon was afraid of rejection, or maybe she wanted to avoid being fetishized. That's a whole nother conversation, but for the reason that she gave, I can understand why she didn't think it was important to bring up. It's not until the next day that JayDay finally responds to Rachel and Travis, and he's a little confused about why he's even being contacted. And when JayDay enters the chat, he acts like he's above wanting to even talk about this.
Can't believe this is crazy. She was extremely confused. She asked Rachel and I if we could help her kind of get some answers and, ultimately see if we could get them from you.
That was months ago. Like I done moved on with my life. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she was cool though. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's nothing towards Shannon. It's just something personal with me.
You could tell her that, because she doesn't know anything. She can only speculate as to what it could be. So at least, you could have a conversation about it, even if it is just telling her, you're cool, it's not you, it's just something personal with me.
Yeah, you're right. We were supposed to go out, but I was placed in a position, in a weird, that just prior weeks to that, like I was in a situation. Shannon just, oh my God, I don't even know how to say it, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's just crazy I gotta say it out loud.
It's funny how he acts all nervous because his secret is personal and is not as personal as he treats it as. Just something for y'all to keep in mind until we get to that moment.
A surprise tool that can help us later.
They give him an hour to think about how he's going to tell Shannon his secret. And when they finally do enter the chat, Shannon starts off by letting JayDay know how she felt about him leaving her in the dark.
So JayDay, it has been months since I've seen you. And honestly, you left me at a place of not knowing and constantly like down in myself and feeling so small that I didn't even mean enough for you to tell me what the problem was, why you left me. I felt embarrassed. I was honestly just left in the dark and like I didn't know what I did wrong, like, or if I hurt you in some way. All I could constantly think about is like, what happened to us? And I couldn't think of any reason that you could have just left me out in the dark like that.
Shannon questions, was it her party lifestyle that turned him off, or was it the fact that she's pansexual? And JayDay says it was none of that. He doesn't even know what pansexual means.
Maybe it was my sexuality that I wasn't very open with you about. I identify as being pansexual, and I don't know if that could have been a problem.
What's pansexual?
I don't date people off their outward appearance. It's more about what's inside for me.
Okay. Well, I don't have no problem with you being pansexual, bisexual, whatever. That's not a big deal.
So his ghosting had nothing to do with Shannon or how she lives her life, but when it's time for him to tell his secret, this man gets overly dramatic.
The real reason, I stopped talking to you and ghosted you was because of. Can y'all give me 1 second? Just give me 1 second. Just 1 second.
Yeah. I know how you feel it. Don't ever believe them. Cause the truth is, it's worth it.
If you can't tell, I really don't have that much sympathy for JayDay. And before we get to the secret, I just want to let y'all know he's only doing all this because he knows that he fucked up. And I guess it's an embarrassing secret to share, but let's just get to it.
All right, so I'm gonna stop beating around the bush. I'm gonna just get to the point. It's kind of hard for me to say this. The real reason I ghosted you is because Basically, I left you for my family. And when I say my family, meaning I was married.
Married. So this whole time we talking, we kicking it, you were married. You basically made me a mistress, is what the you saying right now. That's what it sounds like to me. Married means you were with somebody, you were married. I dead ass have half of mine.
No, listen.
This quarantine and slap.
Listen.
Let's watch JayDay try to justify why he didn't tell Shannon he was married while he was still dating her.
I was married, but I was separated. My wife gave me an ultimatum. It was either be with you or I lose my family. So I did what was convenient and what seemed like the right thing to do. And that's to be with my family at that point in time. You know, it was mainly because of the love of my son. I mean, I just didn't, I didn't think to even bring it up because when we met, we was just dating at first. I didn't even expect it for us to even be like that.
At the same time, that's something that you tell somebody on the first date. I'm married, but I'm separated.
We were dating. I'm not gonna tell you everything on the first date. You want me to tell you that I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches too?
Yeah, I want to know that.
Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest. You're gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna be honest with me. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna be honest with me since we're putting everything on the table. Everybody in the city, everybody loves you. Everybody knows maybe Shannon. You in the club, you with these rappers, you got all these pictures with these athletes. I didn't feel secure. So I'm like, okay, is it Shannon or my family?
You thought I was some type of hoe basically then. Like, cause honestly, like that is my job. That is my job. I was at work.
End of the day, I was not gonna leave the one I love for the one I like.
Hi, Jay.
Men. I just don't understand it. How is that not vital information to share with someone you're dating? That's something you share so the other person knows what they're getting into and they can make the decision if they still want to date you. I try to be fair with the things I commentate about because, you know, every situation isn't black and white. Life rarely is just black and white. But he's dead wrong for this. I could say, oh, but he was separated and on his way to possibly being divorced. He didn't have to disclose that information. I could say that. But then I'd be just as dumb as he is. Also, to then try to flip it on Shannon, you got a lot of nerve, man. As I mentioned, he knew what he was getting into and he didn't show any signs of discomfort. So bringing that up to try to overshadow his secret isn't exactly the winning game plan here. Sure, I could understand him being a little insecure about all the attention Shannon had been getting on social media, but if that was such a big issue and such a big problem, maybe you should have just given your wife more attention and left Shannon alone. I mean, that was always an option there for you. Rachel ends up chiming in just to clarify his situation, and this man just digs the hole deeper for himself.
Hi, Jay.
What?
Hi, Jay. I want to step in here for a second. Just to be clear, Jay, you ghosted Shannon because your wife gave you an ultimatum?
She definitely gave me an ultimatum. That's why when the last week we were supposed to go out, on Friday, when you were texting me and go, that was like the week. Like, that was like, I knew Monday that I wasn't taking you out Friday.
That almost makes it worse. Are you
Why did you block her phone number, but you still followed her and liked her photos on social media?
That's self-explanatory. Like, I had to block her from my phone, but I did want to, keep an eye on her, see what she was doing, be able to have better access to her. It wasn't your typical ghosting. It was more like ghosting, but I'm like still looking. Like, I can't explain it. I can't explain it. Like, I just wanted to I didn't want to block her from everything.
I don't think he understands, like, this makes him look worse, like so much worse. Also, JayDay saying that he had to block her on the phone, but wanted to keep tabs on her on social media. You do not deserve any kind of access to her. It just sounds like he wanted to have his cake and eat it too. Okay. Can I assume something for a moment? Can I play make-believe? We don't know why he and his wife were separated. We are never privy to that kind of information throughout the episode, and I wish he had said something because it would have given us just a little bit of backstory there. But I imagine he was, you know, just biding his time, seeing how this separation would go. And, you know, if his marriage would get back together, he was probably thinking, well, I'll just wait until my wife stops tripping. And you know, he'd say his wife is tripping because it seems like he cannot take accountability for anything. He met Shannon, felt they had mutual feelings for each other, and that's when they started dating. Shannon's in one corner thinking, this is going great. I think this guy's the one for me. We're getting along well. And this could be something long term. Meanwhile, JayDay is here in the other corner going, yeah, this is going great. You know, she's cool, but too bad this is temporary. I'm just doing this out of convenience. Yeah, she's beautiful and she's kind and she allowed me in her life, but this is just a pit stop. I imagine that was going through his mind because 6 months is a long time to not tell anyone this kind of information. That's about 180 days. He had 180 days to tell her what was going on in his life, but decided not to. The best time to tell her was the first or second date, not 6 months later and after you ghosted her. From what I understand, not all separations end in a divorce. I saw somewhere that they said maybe about 80 to 87% do. But as I mentioned, we just don't know that information and why JayDay and his wife were separated. Maybe they thought that spending time apart would bring them closer together. And I'm not an arbitrator of how to tell someone who's going through a separation to spend their time. However, I think it is responsibility of the legally married person to tell someone they're dating that things haven't been finalized and they're still legally attached to this person. I don't know. I just would appreciate if someone were to tell me that. That's all I know. It just seems so unfair because he did not give Shannon the opportunity to decide if that's how she wanted to be included in his life. It was a failure on his part to not let Shannon know about that, and she reserves every right to be beyond pissed. And y'all, guess what? His marriage didn't even last that long after he ghosted Shannon.
Are you still married?
No. At the end of the day, it didn't end up working. We not even 2 months after me and Shannon stopped talking to me, or started talking, it was over with. It was a train wreck.
Well, you know what, guys? I think we just heard a lot. I think what we should do is we should take a little break. Jay, maybe we can hop into a different chat.
It was all good, and I just made the wrong decision.
How did you know that you made the wrong decision? Did you and your wife move back in together and things?
Bro, if I could show you my apartment, bro, she took everything, bro. Can you see that? No furniture, bro. I say from the first week to the second week when she moved in, I was like, oh, like, damn, what did I do?
In the other chat, Shannon shares how it is difficult for her to hear all this information. And Rachel says that she can relate to Shannon because something like this happened to her as well.
Shannon, I wasn't expecting that. Not a wife. Not a wife.
It was literally like a roller coaster ride of like, what the
This one hits home for me because 10 years ago, before ghosting even had a term, my boyfriend ghosted me to go be with the mother of his child. So I totally feel you and understand you with this situation. You know, you ask, right? It's like one of the first things, oh, you have a child? What's the relationship? What's the dynamic like with the mother? What do you think you want to do?
It's just so hard.
It's not that I want to.
You okay, Shannon?
Yeah, just a little teary. It makes it hard just because I don't know. I just feel like I feel stupid for wanting to forgive him even.
When they're all back in the main chat, they say their last words to each other before deciding if they want to ghost or make up. JayDay does say sorry to Shannon, but Shannon is still unsure about how she's feeling towards him.
Look, Shannon, I'm sorry for, for not disclosing. My mind was clouded, I had clouded judgment, and I made the wrong decision.
Seeing you right now and you say why you did what you did, I guess I understand it, but I'm hurt. I don't want to hurt you because I was hurt. I don't want to be that person, but I seriously don't know if I could ever trust you again. You said how you and your ex-wife are miserable together when you did try it again. What if that's our destiny? Because I know myself as a person, and I don't know if I could let you live this down.
Okay, so getting around to if they want to make up or ghost each other, leaving the situation where it is, both of their answers surprised me because it... Just roll the clip.
Jay, if you could write your decision in the chat.
Let's make up
Make up.
and be friends again and see what happens.
Shannon JayDay made his decision. What's your decision? All right.
I decided to make up.
Yes! Oh my God! Yes! I'm just so happy right now. Like I won a championship or something, bro.
Yeah, I think you need to unblock Shannon on your phone, and you guys have a lot of catching up to do.
Please still have her number, Jay. Please still have it in your...
What? You know, I want you guys to see it. You guys looking? See that pretty face? Maybe Shannon?
Unblocked.
Boom.
There we go.
Boom.
I guess. Just do it for the plot. Just, why the hell not? I am done. I am finished. Obviously, I am not a big fan of them deciding to make up with each other, and my feelings are justified when they check on Shannon 3 months after first recording this episode.
Hello. What's up, Shannon? Last time we left you, you and JayDay decided to make up. So then update us.
Well, we decided that we would see where things went, but they didn't go far because it was just like eating at me. I couldn't help but bring it up, like, so you really did this, you know what I mean? So it's just like, we couldn't even get past like the talking stage again. So I don't hate him. I'm thankful for the closure I got, and I'm happy that we can now act like normal people towards each other.
Well, Shannon, it's great to see you.
Thanks, guys.
Take
All right, Shannon,
care.
take care of yourself.
All right, bye.
She's better than me for even entertaining the thought of wanting to get back with him. I would have shielded myself from all his future shenanigans. Like, I would sage my place just to make sure all his energy is removed from me. So I was nosy, and it appears that Shannon and JayDay actually are pretty cool with each other. I assume they're still cordial. I mean, I saw that they still follow each other on Instagram. Both of them have a large following on their respective accounts. I saw some of JayDay's comedy videos, and they were pretty funny. I can't lie, I chuckled a little bit. Also, Shannon appears to be doing well. I saw that she opened up a new business, and I just want to congratulate her. I mean, you love to see it. Now, just because I'm nosy does not mean y'all need to be nosy as well. If you do come across her accounts, please be respectful. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but just because their accounts are easily accessible, I just want to, put out there that just because you find it doesn't mean that you need to leave any comments about this episode. To be honest, after seeing their large followings, I don't know if it was that way when the episode came out, but it kind of makes me question the validity of the story, but I will choose to cautiously believe it. I already shared all my thoughts, but I would love to know y'all's thoughts in the comments. I want to give a quick shout out to one of my amazing subscribers, Jasmine Murray. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. She's the one who actually recommended that I look at this episode. And it's crazy because I had watched every episode of Ghosted, but I totally forgot about this. But yeah, thank you for bringing this episode back to my attention. If you'd also like to become one of my amazing subscribers, make sure to click the subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications to never miss one of my uploads. My next video should be out soon. It's going to be a little bit different, but I think y'all will enjoy it. I had fun making it, so I hope y'all have fun watching it. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.